Dear students, welcome to my YouTube English channel, English with MALLICK sir. In the previous classes, we have discussed about the fundamentals of English grammar for all, and here we have discussed about what is grammar, what is the importance of grammar in our day-to-day life, why grammar is not essential, very essential for the children of very early stage, how it is essential, highly essential in a later stage, how what is what is alphabet, what is a letter, the sound, and also how capitalization is very essential in our writing, and different types of rules connected with capitalization have been discussed. And today our discussion, we are now in the third part of fundamentals of English grammar. In this segment, we are going to discuss about the sound and letter, and also that is syllables. Sound and letter and syllables are also very significant, very important for knowing the techniques of speaking and writing, and therefore this segment is also very important. Dear friends, what I have already told you that you do one thing, go through the video from beginning to end, because if we study and understand it, comprehend it, then definitely we can understand the charm of the lesson, the discussion, and that's why never just look and just shift, but go through. Study detail and try to understand. You can also ask as many questions as you like in your comment section, and as feedback for preparing better videos for you. Out of my long experience, I think it will be suitable on your part if you take more and more interest in this connection. Just share the video and also give your comment, then you can also be supported by me time to time, and the motto is therefore how to make you understand what are the basics and how these basics of English grammar can be applied in our spoken and written English. So English is very easy. We can say that it is a very easier foreign language to learn if we know the technique. Then how? Now come to this segment, that is what you say, sound and letter. Every language uses a set of sounds. These sounds help us in listening, reading, speaking, and writing that language. There is a symbol or sign for each speaking sound, and these symbols are called letters. Very natural. Here we find that every language, it may be our Indian languages or any foreign languages, every language has a certain, a sort of set of sounds, and these sounds help us in listening the four important skills: LSRW, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And again, writing that language, and that is the symbol, through symbol. In Odia we have symbols, in Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, Bengali, French, Chinese. Every language have all these languages has certain symbols, and that symbols or signs for each speaking sound, these symbols are called letters. And as we have letters, English language has also letters. So what we have discussed, how 26 letters are there in English language. According to International Phonetic Alphabet, it means such type of alphabet has been produced by the International Phonetic Association to regularize and to just maintain a universal touch in connection with the phonetics of English, that is particular sound system of equalization of universalization of sound system, English sound system. Therefore, International Phonetic Alphabet, there are 44 basic units of sounds phonemes in English out of 26 letters. In the last class, I have already given you hints in this connection that we have 26 letters in English, but there are 44 sounds. From sound point of view, 44, and these 44 sounds have been again from one of them there are 20 vowel and 24 consonant sounds. It means 21 consonant letters produce 24 vowel sounds and 5 vowel letters produce 20 vowel sounds. Yes, this is very important, and we will discuss it in that is called spoken English class whenever we will come to the point of discussion in connection with the phonetics. And now here we find that there are 5 vowel letters 5 vowel letters in 20 vowel sounds. Out of 20 vowel sounds, 12 monophthongs. Monophthongs are pure vowels. It means out of 20 vowel sounds, 12 are monophthongs or pure vowel sound, and say pure vowels, and 8 are diphthongs or impure vowels or vowel glides in English. Impure vowel or vowel glides in the sense at the time of pronouncing that vowel sound, we just there is the gliding of our tongue. So here in this is why 8 are vowel glides, or that is what we call what we say that vowel glides or impure vowels, or what we say diphthongs. Remember, these are very interesting ideas, and what in our usual schools, that is what we call generally it is not taught because we don't pay focus on the phonetics in our usual classrooms, and therefore our students, many students are ignorant about this revision. But if we take interest and know all this, then it will subsequently, in the long run, be helpful in our pronunciation. Yes. Now come the idea. Examples of pure vowel sound. Here we see that C. Whenever we see the pure vowel, we have 12 pure vowels, and here we find C, E. Deep E sound comes from the sound C. Here double E, but C. Yes, this is phonetic transcription of C and C. Tu, U, and here A, G, A. So here A sound comes. That's why pure vowel, and here there is no gliding, no, here tone is clear and vowel sound comes clearly. In this case, that is what we call pure vowel sound. Impure vowel sound. Time, time, so in the sense here gliding comes, e, and therefore time. Eight, A-E, therefore gliding here. And here we find 5, A-E. Usually this is what we call, that is impure vowel sound, and that's why here we find some examples. So we will discuss more in spoken English classes. Okay, remember here that how pure and impure vowel or pure or vowel glides pure 12 and glides vowel glides 8, and combiningly we come to the point that there are 20 vowel sounds out of 5 vowel letters. Understood? Thank you. Next term here we find that in speech mechanism consonant basically differ from vowels. Whenever naturally speech mechanism consonants basically differ from vowels. For vowels the vocal tract is open. Vocal tract is open usually, but for consonants the air is obstructed. Example of a consonant sound, they hear same. Yes, naturally, come to here. Whenever we utter or pronounce vowel sound, definitely our tone is free, and whether it is pure or impure. But whenever we come to the consonant sounds, definitely we find our tone is blocked or obstructed, and the sound is not as clear or as free as we find in the case of vowels. Here we find here is obstructed. Examples. Let us see how. Same, same. It means it is not clear. Same. Here we find zeal, zeal, vast, vast. In all these cases, we feel that the air is obstructed. It is not as free as in the case of vowel sounds. And therefore, here we find some of the more discussion will be made on vowels in a spoken English class. So here, my dear students, remember these are very interesting ideas. Try to tag it, and no doubt a number of very other very pleasing ideas are there. We will discuss in the spoken English class whenever we will discuss about phonetics. And now come to the idea in connection with the syllable. This is another very interesting segment or idea, syllable. Syllable is here we find a single vowel. This is the definition of syllable. A single vowel or a group of letters with one vowel sound is called syllable. So this is the definition in connection with the syllable. Then what is syllable? A question comes. So remember, my dear students, always raise question, because if we raise our questions in our mind, then there you can find suitable ways of a solution. So problem is here nowadays, as you are going a number of useless videos side by side, distractions are there. You are not concentrating, and therefore you are not focusing what is what. Therefore creativity is diminishing. So try to develop the spirit of creativity. It means knowing what is what. If you try to know something more and more and put question to solve your area of problems, then you can definitely come to the right point. So therefore it is a very interesting factor that parents, those who are observing, and the teachers, the educators, the seniors, I suggest them that they should guide their children in such a constructive way so that they can be creative and they can also stand up straight independently, knowing all these fundamentals. Because without fundamentals, without basics, as I have told you, never the language, the high language structure or the advanced English can't be possible. So here we find that fundamentals, as we have discussed, that without a strong foundation, massive structure cannot be formed. Similarly, without basic knowledge about what is what, then a child can't feel comfort in writing, speaking, reading, and listening. All these basic skills of English. Okay, now the idea. The word, so here we find that a syllable is a vowel. For example, a vowel, one vowel can also a syllable, because vowel is the nucleus. As you know, nucleus means what you must have known in connection with science, that the central, the core part of atom or cell. That nucleus is here produced here because in a word there are number of syllables. It means there are number of nucleus. So vowel sound, vowel sound is not vowel only. Vowel sound is the nucleus of a syllable. Okay, once again I repeat, vowel sound is the nucleus of a syllable. How? Let's see. Here we find a word may have one or two or three, 4, 5 syllables. A syllable is uttered at a time. Very interesting. Just for example, decentralization. Decentralization. Here we find that how we divide this word into a number of syllables. Again, so here we find that in each segment or part syllable, there is a vowel sound, and that vowel sound is the nucleus of each syllables. So it means here we find it may be one syllabic, disyllabic. So it means it may multisyllable or single syllabic word. In every word we find So you see how? Let's see. Here we find that the word may have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 syllables. It means it is depending upon the construction of the word. A syllable is uttered at a time. Underline it, at a time, in the sense, here we find we use uttered at a time. So it means here we find that at a time a syllable is uttered. Just for example, what we have already discussed, at a time a hyphen mark. We may use hyphen mark or a dot mark is given to point out to a syllable. So, in order to just differentiate in between the syllables in a word, we mark each syllable and differentiate each syllable with another with the help of hyphen or dot. Both are correct, and here given to point out a syllable. For example, in the word happy. Let's say example, happy. Here, happy, A is the nucleus, sound, and here we find it is A here. Here Y is, as we have discussed, that Y is a semi-vowel. Here sound comes, that is PE. So here we find happy. Though Y is a consonant, it has been used here as vowel because sound comes vowel. Happy. So here in this word happy, we find 2 syllables because 2 vowel sounds are here. Therefore, happy. That is A-E. So here that is how 2 vowel sounds. A and Y are the nucleus. You see, listen, nucleus, and there are 2 syllables. Here we have 2 syllables. So it means this happy is one word, but we have 2 syllables here from the point of view of a sound of a vowel. Yes. A word may have one or more than one syllable. It depends on the vowel sound and the length of a word. Very interesting. Whenever it is a small word and I've been definitely one vowel. Therefore, a one syllabic word and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It depends upon the length of the word and the sound of vowel sound that comes from that word. So remember here, from that point of view, syllable point of view, a word, maybe it means that is what we call monosyllabic or disyllabic word. So here we find that vowel sound and the length of a word. These are very important, vowel sound and the length of a word. If it is a lengthy word, definitely there are more than one syllables and syllable. So here we find that the word mono or single syllabic word. Mono. These words have been one syllabic. Acha. So here that is what we call the examples, mono or single syllabic word. What are the mono? So you see, listen what we call monologue. Whenever we speak simply and others listen, that is what we call monologue. Mono meaning one. So here it means one. Therefore, mono here means a single syllabic word. I. What? Yes, this is unique in English. What I have told you, whenever, wherever. It may be used at the beginning or middle or at the end of our sentence. I must be capital. In the last class we have discussed, and here I again can, the, I, can, and the, thin, dull, walk, bat. You listen here, we find one syllable that comes from these words. So here mono, therefore they are monosyllabic words. They are monosyllabic words because one single vowel comes from all these independent words. And here monosyllabic. Then comes poly or multi-syllabic words. So you see, listen here, poly or multi-syllabic words. So here another factor that how multi-syllabic words. Therefore, here we find that here multi-syllabic words, or in other words, polysyllabic words, because these words have more than one syllable. More than one syllable. Whenever it will be 2, 3, 4, or 5, or more than that, then these are not mono but multi. It means different syllables are here. That is what we call, in other words, polysyllabic. So here we say monogamy, polygamy. So naturally here we find in later classes you will know about what mono and poly, and this is very clear. Mono means single, mono means single, and poly means no doubt to many. So here multi, and therefore here we find the matter that how disyllabic word, whenever these words have two syllables. It means whenever two syllables are there, that is what we call disyllabic word. And here we find how oh man. So you see oh man. So here these are the matter. Vowel sound. Table, and here captain, suspect, very, later, later. Dinner, So here we find very, hurry, re, e. So here we find that is the nucleuses. So it means here we find ha, re, and sailor, and here sister, sis, ta, e, a, window, oh. So usually listen here we find that how we use the factors here we find that how these are the disyllabic words because we find two syllables in these words. There are number of words of two syllabic groups and therefore here we find if we know all this then it will be suitable in our pronunciation. That is very important. So the importance of syllable, if we know syllable, then at the time of writing, at the time of pronunciation of any word, we can easily write and pronounce with the help of syllables. So with the vowel sound. Yes, next the other idea that trisyllabic words, it means here we find that how trisyllabic words that these words have three syllables. It means whenever three syllables, that is trisyllabic, the tricolor, our flag, trisyllabic, three. So here we find that is what we say triranga. So here trisyllabic words having three syllables. Industry, industry. So listen, industry. Here these are nucleuses and we find three syllables in the word industry. Understand, tomorrow, here understand, tomorrow. So here we find banana, engineer. So here we find the nucleuses and here we find the three syllabic words. So on. Regular, advisor, absolute, accident, telephone, phone, at a sound. Phone. So here we pronounce three times separately telephone. So therefore, if we no doubt one telephone, but if we just divide it, then we find three different syllables. That is phone. So therefore here we find three. Happiness, happy, two syllabic, but happiness, three syllabic. Happy, adjective, happiness, noun. Here we find happiness. And here we take three that is what I call syllables to form the word happiness, which is noun of happy. And here we find that computer, so it means here very interesting that how whenever we divide words we can enjoy it, finding the vowel sound and knowing the syllables, and it helps us in pronunciation and at the time of writing properly without any mistake. Now come to the next idea, syllabic words. Tetrasyllabic words means here we find four syllables. It means in these words four syllables are there. It means how, you see, listen, absolutely, absolute three syllabic, but absolutely adverb, absolutely absolutely, here four nucleuses are there, and therefore here we find that a tetra absolutely is a tetrasyllabic word having four syllables. Yes, so here at the time of writing, our students, our little children, or I mean seniors, or yes, whatever level of learning student it may be, here I mean he or she may be, but there will be no problem. Absolutely, you are absolutely correct. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, so he or she can feel comfort in pronouncing the word absolutely. Yes, therefore, independent. We say independent. Here we find independent and definition. So, definition. Laboratory, etc. Laboratory. So here we find laboratory, and all these number of words are there having four syllables, and here these syllables therefore are very important. And now come pentasyllabic words. It means here we have 5 syllables, and these words have 5 syllables. And here let's discuss inconsiderate. Considerate, opposite inconsiderate. Here we find he is a very considerate person. He is inconsiderate person. He is an inconsiderate person. It means a person who has no power of consideration. Therefore, who doesn't take interest in considering others. They are inconsiderate. In you see lesson, it is adjective, and here inconsiderate. So here we find inconsiderate. This is what you call pentasyllabic words, and these words again chronological. You see, chronological. So here we have 5 nucleuses, and therefore that is what we call pentasyllabic words. Examination. Examination. So here we find son. So examination. This is very interesting. Therefore, at the time of writing here, these are very essential factors. Remember, our students face problem. Many those who put stress on local or regional or mother tongue, definitely at the time of entering into the world of English, they face problem in pronouncing and in writing properly, and any spelling mistakes are there. Therefore, in order to avoid spelling mistake, in order to avoid pronunciation syllables, no doubt this is a very interesting point, or very important fundamental idea, which will help our students in speaking and writing, pronunciation, and avoiding the spelling mistake. And therefore, syllable is also a very important part of our discussion. And today, I think these two, it means here we find what is the importance of syllable, and what is the matter what we have discussed in this connection, and therefore here that is letters. So it means here sound and letters. These are very, very essential factors to remember, because they form the basics of English grammar, and it is for all. It means all in the sense that no matter the level of any learner it may be, it is very suitable for all the learners, and particularly the youngsters, those whom we are investing a lot for the purpose of making them the assets of our family, the assets of our nation, because they are going to build our nation, playing the nation building role. Therefore, all these are very essential. Without all this English, they cannot enter and enjoy the world of English, and also their future life. So these are very helpful for their brighter tomorrow. Thank you for being with me. See you in the next class with another segment in connection with the fundamentals of English grammar. Bye.